Hey everyone, Ian Sagstetter. Welcome to the 10th episode or rendition or edition of ZecDaily. It's been a while since we've posted one of these, so first off, I want to apologize for that. I was in Vegas for ZCon 3. I think just the hectic nature of conferences in general didn't really give me a lot of time to sit down and curate links and curate news and put them in a format that'd be digestible for everyone. So I didn't do a ZecDaily while I was at ZCon. And then when I came back from ZCon, obviously dealing with like the conference and Las Vegas, I guess you would call it a hangover. Basically, kind of just felt like crap for a few days. So didn't really do anything throughout the last week outside of like my main responsibilities in my day job. So it was just kind of keeping the core of everything going, and didn't really work on any like extracurricular, if you want to call it that, activities. So we're back this week. It's Wednesday. Today I think it's August 17th. So it's been probably like 10 days since the last one was posted. But we're back and we're getting into a normal cadence of everything. And like as I said, trying to get back into the swing of things from like a regular cadence standpoint. Gonna miss a few links, gonna miss a few news bits. If I've missed anything, just like let me know or comment. Just say, hey, you missed this bit of news, so we can amplify that and just share it with the community. So that's completely fine. To kind of go over Zechub and what we're looking to do within the next, I'd say 60 days, we're trying to find people to take over the project. So want to find people who have backgrounds in various things regarding, social media, being active in the Zcash community, and just trying to figure out who would be the next best person or best group of people to take over Zechub and help Zechub like fulfill its mission of being this open source, community-driven education hub that's independent of any of the other entities that are currently working on Zcash. So if you are interested in contributing or being one of the people that is, I'm envisioning right now that it's going to be a group of people. I don't think it's going to be one person that takes it over, but a group of people that come together and start managing this thing, just as a part-time thing. If you want to be a part of that, just go ahead into the forum, comment, why you'd be a good fit and why you think you should be involved. And get back to you and kind of keep going from there. And cool thing, since I've posted this, there's actually been a few other contributions to the GitHub, the repo, and there's been like 3. So one person is currently working on migrating Zechub over to its own repo. So like people in the event that like GitHub was down or anything like that, they could access the repo and access all the content. And then someone created the Zcash library, so all the key terms in Zcash, so that was really cool. And then someone from the Zcash Latam community translated one of our recent blog posts, so private versus transparent Zcash addresses. So they translated a recent blog post. So super happy with all the work that's going on with this and excited to move it forward. So into the news. As I mentioned, there's now a Zcash library page with all of the great terms regarding Zcash. If you want to catch up on your Zcash vocabulary, head over to this page. Super awesome. From Roommate Musing from Zcash Media, talking just about the perfect storm that's brewing within Zcash. Zooko is getting some more, having some more public appearances, and people are starting to build their local programs through Zcash. And there's a few things going on. Like Zcash Media is working on the things that they're doing to promote Zcash education. And with Zechub and the different things that we're doing in the Zcash community got a lot of attention over like the last few weeks with some really awesome, just awesome impressions on a lot of their content that they're putting out. It does kind of feel that things are starting to line up a bit better within this Twitter sphere that I admittedly live in and that a lot of other people might live in. So just wanted to acknowledge that and think it's pretty cool. If you haven't seen it, we did a thread of tutorials. So if you ever wanted to onboard someone to Zcash, we as in Zechub, Ian thinks that this is a really good way. So you could get them to download a wallet, buy some Zec in an exchange and move it over to their wallet, withdraw to a T address and auto shield, or just withdraw directly to a Z address, and then hold the Zec. But if they want to test out a Z to Z transaction, they can obviously do that. So we've put all of that in our new user guide, so you can access that via the wiki. So it's a guide if someone's learning about Zcash for the first time. This is the easiest way to get started. Download a wallet, buy some Zec, test out a transaction. Easiest thing to do. So yeah, if you have some friends or family that are interested in getting involved in Zcash for the first time, send this guy. Super easy way to get involved. The next bit. This poster went viral. Absolutely viral, which was awesome. So we obviously, with the poster, a lot of people took it. Like Argent was the first ones I saw. They were the ones that kind of kickstarted this. I would say kind of kickstarted the entire thing. If you don't know about Argent, they're a wallet, an Ethereum wallet that really does really well on like iOS and Android. I think they do Android devices. For sure they do iOS. But really great smart contract wallet on Ethereum. If you don't know what that is, I would butcher the explanation, so I just recommend Googling it. But yeah, so they posted this poster, and then Chris Tomio, who's the head of growth marketing at ECC, came out and just kind of shared why that he wrote it. He was the person that designed this content. And this was seen all over the crypto Twitter sphere over like 3 days over the weekend. So this was awesome work here from Chris, and it was really cool to kind of see that Zcash's voice was kind of the center, or our message and our mission was kind of the center of everything for, I'd say, 3 to 4 days over the weekend. So really cool. And now we just have to continue to like build on that momentum. But yeah, just wanted to shout out Chris for this amazing piece here. And obviously, if you haven't seen it, check this piece out, share it on your own Twitter, show some love as well. Show some love that way as well. From ZCon 3, an update. If you missed Josh Swihart's talk on building a world-class user experience for Zec, there's a thread out there where you can dive into the thread and kind of just get the TLDR on the conversation with a link to the YouTube video. That's something I think we'll see a little bit more of over the next few weeks as people are getting back from ZCon, DEF CON, getting back to the swing of things. We'll have more breakdowns of all these talks. If you haven't heard, Free to Z is offering 1 Zec for any of the speakers to kind of create, to create a Free to Z page and post a TLDR summary of their talk and what it was for. And if they do that, then Free to Z will send them 1 Zec. And if you don't have to put your own address, you can put like a charity address or something of that nature as well as the address associated with the page. So yeah, if you missed the Building a World-Class User Experience talk from Josh Swihart, check this out. Check this thread out for the TLDR. And if the link, obviously, at the end of the thread brings you to the presentation if you want to watch that back over. Bankless, a big podcast in the Ethereum, I don't want to say Ethereum ecosystem. It's largely within Ethereum, but they do branch out and touch on other ecosystems and other projects, etc. They are doing a interview with Zooko, and that's going to be coming up here soon. And yeah, if you want to kind of see what's going on with this interview, you can check. They put this tweet here. What should we ask? And if you have kind of a topic of discussion that would be super interesting for the interviewers of Bankless to ask Zooko about, go to this thread, click into that tweet, and provide a recommendation. See if they take it. So super excited for that. Gary Weinstein has joined the Electric Coin Company as the head of global regulatory relations. So I met Gary at ZCon. A lot of us did. He's an awesome guy. And something he's going to be working on, I think, here is kind of these 2 explanations here. Working with agencies around the world on Zec awareness and education. So this is regulatory... voice crack. Oh, good golly. It's like I'm 13 again. Working with regulatory agencies around Zec awareness and education, and working with partners to ensure that like they're but balancing the needs of regulators worldwide. And then enhancing public and private partnerships that facilitate innovation for the Zcash ecosystem. What that means is that working with regulators and giving the people building on Zcash and creating Zcash and giving people access to Zcash and Zec, giving them the opportunity to work in this very environment that facilitates innovation, meaning they're in an environment where they don't have to be worried about like getting shut down or worried about like having someone watching over their shoulder the entire time, but kind of like to freely create and freely express themselves, whether it be through code or education, or marketing, etc., giving them that opportunity to do all of these things. So Gary's got a really important role here. Really excited to see him, join the ECC teams. Great to meet him at ZCon, and he does have a really great background in working in a lot of freedom fighting. I would say freedom fighting projects, if that's the way to describe it, working with, driving financial inclusion, and then also some other stuff. If you like go to his LinkedIn page or his Twitter, you can see a lot of great stuff that he's working on, just making financial products more accessible to people and just driving freedom, driving, how do I want to put this? Yeah, just working hard to provide everyone the freedom that they deserve in the world. So I think he's a great fit for the role and excited to be working with him, obviously, because I work at ECC. But yeah. After we got that little bit of virality within the different crypto ecosystems, I posted a thread on how to move ETH over to Zec in a shielded wallet. So how you do that is you buy some ETH, you swap it in Uniswap or SushiSwap for RenZec, which is a wrapped version of Zec on Ethereum. And it's on other chains as well. So it's on I think it's on 10 or 11 different EVM chains and L2s to Ethereum. So it's not just Ethereum you can do this. But you swap it and then you move it via the Ren bridge over to a shielded address. So I just did this demo of taking transparent ETH into wrapped Zec on Ethereum, which is transparent, moving it over to a shielded wallet where it's a transparent Zec and then shielding it. So just went through that demo, that process. The entire process, I was also recording it, so it took a little bit longer. Probably takes someone, I don't know, 15 minutes, 20 minutes to move, if they wanted to move some ETH over into a shielded Zcash wallet, so 20 minutes. So pretty easy process if you want to check that out and learn how to do that. Link will be in the description. An update on adding Orchard support to Zecwallet mobile and desktop apps. If you click into the update, it says happy to announce that the public release of Zecwallet Lite desktop with full Orchard support is done. And now you've got within Zecwallet Lite on a desktop, you've got full support for Orchard. You can send and receive using unified addresses with memos. You can migrate Zec from the sapling to the Orchard shielded pool, and then various small bug fixes. If you don't know a lot about Orchard, I'm going to butcher this explanation, but Orchard is a payment protocol that uses, from my understanding, is a part of this Halo suite. It uses Halo or uses some rendition of ZK snarks for the first time. It doesn't require a trusted setup. So if you look at the various projects that use ZK snarks, if you look at Railgun or Zcash or just a variety of different projects that use that type of cryptography, they have something called a trusted setup ceremony within Zcash that was called the ceremony, where a bunch of different people essentially launch the project together, and it can be a group of as small as 6 people up to 300-400 people all doing this together. But you do have to rely that one of those people within that group was honest and that they did it correctly. So the project, in essence, is how would I put this? The project is what it says it is, right? So I think with regards to Orchard is a huge step in the right direction, that it kind of eliminates this need for a trusted setup ceremony within that specific payment protocol. So you don't have to rely on the fact that people got together and kind of acted in the interest for the public and created a public good. This thing just exists, and it exists via code. So I think that's a really cool thing. If I butcher that explanation, I'm sorry, but I think trustlessness in a lot of aspects is really interesting and really good. That you don't need to trust a single person or entity, because sometimes trusted entities can fail people, as we see a lot of the time with central banking and just kind of seeing the way that the unbanked are treated at certain places and certain parts of the world. So I think that adding a trustless payment protocol is really important for Zcash. Zcash is the first project to use ZK snarks that has a trusted payment protocol, and now Zecwallet Lite supports it, and I'm going to test that out today and maybe do a demo of moving some Zec over to the Orchard pool and then running a transaction with a unified address. So see how it goes. Yeah, check that out. Check out Zecwallet Lite. And then lastly, as we mentioned earlier with the free to Z page, Zcash Media made theirs. So if you check out their free to Z page, it's about supporting them in their mission of sharing content and education content around Zcash and how it's going to change the world. And I believe, let's click into it. I haven't looked at this in a day or so. Yep, it's just kind of a highlight over Zcash Media. Yeah, okay, cool. I didn't want to speak wrong there, so I was right. Just to highlight over what Zcash Media is doing and kind of access to their content as well. So if you want to support them, you can go into their Free to Z page, donate some Zec to their cause. They just created that, and yeah, check it out. So that's all I've got for today. Again, apologies that it's been a few days since one of these came out. These do actually get a wee bit of traction, so do feel a little bit bad about not doing this. But just understand that it's a lot to do, like in early mornings and evenings sometimes. So if you want to contribute and you want to be a part of the group that takes over Zechub, let me know. We're trying to hand this off to the community, and do this in like a very open and a transparent way. So shoot me a message, comment on the forum post, etc. But yeah, thank you guys so much, and have a great day.